Hello everyone, my name is Monika. Welcome back to Monika's English Motivation. I hope you guys are doing amazingly well. I am doing fine too. Today is Sunday, so my kids are playing outside and I thought I should record myself on camera. I've started enjoying this process. I am also challenging myself in doing that because I had a YouTube channel before also, and there I would take so many retakes for one shoot, and now I think I have become hands-on on it and I'm liking the process. So what is today's video all about? So in today's video I'm going to share an anecdote from my own life story with you all, and that is regarding my self-esteem, self-confidence issues. I overcame all the self-esteem issues, and today I'm pretty confident in my skin, the way I am, the way I look, the way I speak, the mistakes I commit, the weaknesses I have. I am pretty fine about all of aspects of myself. Like, I like the version I am now. But if you talk about myself, if you talk about me 15 years back, I was not this person. I was so bloody hesitant about myself. I had so many inferior complexes about the way I spoke, the way I was, the family background I came from, the school I studied from, all of those things. So I came from a very humble background. I could only manage to go to a very average, less than average kind of school, and I was very ashamed of this fact somewhere, and I would not express myself in front of strangers or very confident looking people that this is me and I study there, and I felt like I felt like back then that I did not have much knowledge or much expertise, so I would rather be quiet than to engage myself in conversations with friends. And it was very hard for me to make friends. I did not find it an easy process to make friends. If there are 50 people in the class, I would only be able to get engaged with one or two, and that too I would not take that initiative from my side. So the other person, if the other person is there and if the person is making me comfortable about everything, then I would be okay to go with it. But otherwise I would not take any initiative from my end. So that was me. And when you are a child, when you are a teenager, you don't understand yourself. So that was the problem with me. I never knew that these were the things that I needed to work upon. These were the things that were different from the things that people my age had experienced back then. But when I entered, I actually came across this realization when I ended my college years. In fact, in my college I could not make this realization because I was good at studies, and I managed to outshine everyone in the class because I was studious, but I had these inferior complexes about myself. So this, being studious and being hardworking and being able to always outshine other classmates and college mates made me feel good, and it gave me this confidence that okay, I'm good at this. And I could never get into that layer of myself where that was very sensitive side of me and which needed to get healed. I could never sense it, that it beneath this superficial confidence there is a very sensitive side of me which needed to get healed. But when I finished my college, and when you finish your college, you have to step out in the real world beyond the four walls of the classroom, or you are living in a small world when you are in a college or school. But when you step out after your college, you have to look for opportunities for you, and you have to look for suitable groups. You have to expand your horizon. That was the time when I realized that something is wrong with me. Something terrible is going on with me, because I was not able to make the pace, and I was not able to identify myself, like who am I at the core, what kind of person I want to become. And I doubted each and every decision of myself. Like, I doubted, had I taken a right decision in pursuing my graduation in computers application, I doubted, should I have opted for this job, or should I have done something different. It was not only the confusions that anyone could come across, but deep down I had very low self-esteem. I would be so fearful in making small interactions with people. I remember that office was huge, that company was huge, and whenever I would have to go to washroom or to the less restroom, whenever there would be a person, there would be a colleague in the washroom, and if she would make a conversation with me, or even if she would make an eye contact with me, it would make me so uncomfortable. I would try to hide myself within myself. I would try to be invisible so that nobody notices me. And it was a challenge. It was a real challenge. And I remember it lasted for around 2 years. I tried to understand what's wrong with me, why is this happening with me. I had no clue. And eventually it also started to show up on my face. I remember there was a girl who asked me someday that, "Hey Monika, what's wrong with you? Why do you always have this frown face, and why don't you look happy? Are you not happy? Something is wrong with you?" And this hit me hard. It was like, even people are noticing me. It also gave me a sense of relief, because it could validate my question. It could validate my feeling that, okay, there was actually something unusual going on with me, and there is someone else who acknowledges this. So it also came as a relief to me. And at that point the story changed. I researched about it. I appeared for some self-esteem tests which were available online. I appeared for them, and really that was the point. Then I could understand what exactly was wrong with me. And now maybe it might seem a small thing to you, or it might seem a tiny issue for me also, but back then it was a huge storm in my life. I felt like making I felt like taking my life. I felt like committing suicide. So I was I went to the trauma to that extent that I thought of taking my life. And I had no clue whom I should talk to and whom I should discuss with all these things. But when I could make this realization, I started reading about it, and I started watching interviews which resonated with me, the stories of people who went through the same struggle, and it gave me so much relief. I remember there was this girl who spoke on the stage. It was a video, and she narrated all about herself and the kind of the kind of evaluation in her life she made. It gave me so much relief to watch that. It was like I needed this healing in my life. And from that point I started to heal myself. I didn't know what was I doing at that point of time. I didn't know the importance of the healing that I was ready to receive in my life. I didn't know any of it consciously, but it really helped me as a magic pill. And I endeavored to deliberately went to people, started going to them and talking to them. It would make me so uncomfortable, but I would choose to do that. In spite of the fear I would feel inside my heart would throb so loud, and my body language would behave so differently. My expression would go so differently. But I just decided to push myself ahead and just do it. And trust me, I took small steps, and I went on taking step by step, and it really helped me out. And I even didn't realize when did my complexes fade away, and I didn't even realize when I became confident. I just gained that thing, and I think I was not born with it, but I gifted this thing to myself. It was not gifted to me by God, but I gifted this thing to myself, and I am so proud of this thing today. And even after that, it wasn't like it just got healed, and you never that I was never again uncomfortable about things. I had been uncomfortable about so many things in my life, but then I did not take it very seriously. Like I stopped taking myself seriously. I stopped taking my nervousness seriously. I just started taking them lightly. So I stopped making it a big issue in my life. And I would like to tell you this thing, that it's just you who puts you down. Nobody else in your life can put you down if you don't allow it to happen to yourself. So I stopped this thing happening with me. I stopped putting myself down, and it really changed my life. It changed my life. I'm a person who overthinks. Even now, I am a person who who takes stress very easily in life. But I have learned to keep myself happy. Like now, I prefer to be a happy person. I prefer to choose myself. I prefer to do those tiny things which makes me happy. And it's not always the big things that will make you happy. It's just those tiny small things which matters the most. So I prefer doing all that stuff which makes me happy. Like recording this video makes me so happy. I feel so content by doing these things. Like even reading a page of a book which interests me, or even just making a cup of tea for myself makes me so happy, so delighted. So I now I do these things with love, and I love myself. I've learned to love myself. So this is how I overcame self-esteem issues in my life. And if you're somebody who needed to watch this video, and if you're somebody who struggled with self-confidence or self-esteem issues, I just want to say this thing to you, that you can do this. You can overcome this thing, and only you can do it. If you expect others to come for your rescue, maybe it is not going to help you as much as you can help yourself. So choose to heal yourself. Choose to take all those things which make you uncomfortable, which make you fearful, which you are very apprehensive about. Just push yourself in that direction. Even if you feel like I don't want to, but you have to push yourself to that direction, and you will feel relief once you are face to face with your fear. Once you are face to face with that uncomfortable thing, it suddenly it just gives you that relief, and you feel so proud of that tiny small action that you take for yourself. That's all I wanted to share in this video. I am overwhelmed that I could say this much. Okay, so if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button, like this video, and share it with somebody who needs to listen to this. Thank you so much.